Hey guys, I'm the Burke and I do things, and today's video is going to be, it's kind of a chatty get ready with me, but I feel like there's a lot going on in the world right now and it's kind of hard to sit down and film videos right now. It's kind of honestly hard to sit down and do anything that is normal at this point in time, but this was a video idea that I had had for a little bit and I wanted to try it out today. Now, I'm filming this on February, what is the date? 27th. Fully knowing that I won't be getting this up until March, but I went back and watched some of my old February favorites videos from past years, and I pulled a couple products out that were in those videos and I thought I could use them in today's video and just do try to get ready with me. So one of these items is from 2018, the others are from 2019, pretty sure. Is that right? Yeah, 2018, 2019, yeah. So I will also link those two favorite videos down below. The only reason I don't have one from 2020 is because that video was all eyeshadow palettes that I had as my favorite, and I decided to go with that favorite from 2018, and that's the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. I never used this one anymore, so I thought I could definitely pull this out and do something for this video. And then also from the 2019 video, I have the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This one is very low. I'm honestly surprised there's still product left in this. I have the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Powder. I have the Buxom Plumping Lip Polish in the shade Sugar. Let's see, I feel like you can see, like, there's a decent amount of this missing. And then I have the Ofra Olive the Lights Highlighter. So if you want to see a chatty get ready with me using some of my former February favorite products and just talk about life and things that are going on in the world and in my life, then keep on watching. Let's go. I'm not necessarily going to be talking about every single makeup product I use in this video, so just in case you're wondering, everything will be linked down below. But I feel like I can't not talk about what's happening in Ukraine. It's like, I don't even know how to put into words how I feel about what's happening in Ukraine. I feel like I consume the news all day now that this is happening, because it's not like anything I've ever seen in my lifetime, and I know that constant news consumption is not good for you, but all I can think is like, what a luxury it is for me to be able to just turn off the news. That feels like such a luxury right now in this world, because the people of Ukraine can't just turn off the war. And it's disgusting that this is happening. It's disgusting on both ends because Ukrainian people are dying, but you know that I'm assuming the majority of those Russian soldiers that are being killed, they don't want to be in this war either, I assume. And it's just so disgusting and upsetting, and I think for me, I can't understand, like, how does it end? How do we get this to end? We all took history class. World wars don't just end in a week. And even me sitting here filming this on the 27th, not knowing what day this is getting uploaded, anything that I say right now could be so outdated by the time this video goes live. And the reason this is like so upsetting to me right now is because the big thing right now is like all these schools want to, you know, filter history class. Well, maybe the reason we shouldn't be filtering history class is because when you filter history, history repeats itself. You need to learn history to learn not to let things happen again. And it's just like, history isn't meant to make you feel comfortable. Nothing about history is supposed to make you feel comfortable. You don't learn about history to feel comfortable with your past and your roots. Like, I can't believe the place we are at this point in life, that we're on the brink of a world war, which the amount of World War III memes I've seen are so disturbing. I understand that people can use humor as a form of coping, because I am the queen of using humor to cope, but you can't use humor to cope when innocent people are being slaughtered. That's just, there's a line and you need to draw it somewhere. It's just, the world doesn't seem real lately. The amount of like Nazi flags I see flying around is disturbing, because I don't know, I learned in history how terrible Nazis were. I personally didn't have relatives die in the Holocaust, but Scott most certainly did. My family left prior to World War II because they were running from the Russian government who was trying to kill them. So this area that Russia's attacking right now, It's where my ancestors came from, and the amount of just ugly and evil that is out in the world right now, I don't know how you get rid of that evil. Because I'm not the person that's going to say the answer is fighting, but sometimes it feels like, what is the other solution? Because I'm not going to be the person that sends somebody out to war. I don't want that hanging over me. I'm also like, I don't know how you fix this. I think that's where I'm just so stuck, because we just left Afghanistan after 20 years. 20 years. I was 12 years old when I watched the World Trade Center fall. The thought that Phoebe could be a full-grown adult and this conflict could still be happening, I can't process that. I don't know how to process that. The amount of like recommended articles I see that say, can the government reenact the draft? Like, it's too much to handle. Like, it's too much to handle. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's like, I feel guilty for living just a normal life right now, because so many people have had that privilege taken away from them, and I just want to help, and I feel so useless not being able to help. I didn't put my foundation on. I just put my bronzer on before my foundation. I am so out of it. Okay. Oh man, I'm out of it. We'll see what we can do. Clearly my head is all over the place right now. I'm sorry. I needed to like release that from my body, because I've just been unsure of how to just like cope, obviously. Just put a little more bronzer on. It just feels like every day I turn on my phone and the world looks a little uglier. You know, I always thought that we were making progression, but it feels like the world as a whole is regressing. And it's just very sad. It's hard to know I have to raise a child when this is what the world has become. All right, I definitely jotted down a list of just general things that are happening in life, because I knew if I didn't like make a list that I would just rant about how upset I am about everything for this entire video. So the first thing on my list is we got a new stroller. So I feel like this is the thing, is I feel like this is so, who cares? Who cares about my stroller? When there's so much terrible going on in the world that I can't constantly feel like that. I know, it's how I'm not good at coping and processing all of this. So basically we had a Chico stroller. That's the one that was on our registry with the car seat base and everything. And I never liked it, especially the car seat. I always felt like Phoebe looked so uncomfortable, and it was always so hard to get her in and out of it. And even like the stroller, I never was super impressed with the stroller. It's super heavy. I always have trouble getting it in and out of the car. So I started like researching lighter weight strollers, also jogging strollers, because the wheels on the Chico are not quote unquote all terrain. So if I take her to like a park and the park isn't perfectly pavemented, it's like, it's like impossible to push her. So I wound up wanting to get from the brand Baby Jogger their City Mini GT, but my goodness, when this brand gets listed on like on Facebook Marketplace, they get snatched fast. So we finally this past week were able to get one used, and I'm very excited to try to sell our old stroller to hopefully, you know, make up some of the difference. I will say Facebook Marketplace has been fantastic, because we've been able to get stuff that we need and also get rid of stuff that we don't like. So it's kind of been great for multiple purposes. It's literally the only thing I use Facebook for anymore. Yeah, the stroller seems good. I mean, we haven't really been able to like take it out on the town to take it for a test run, but it's in good shape. It's not the newest model. So I think there's a GT2 and this is the original GT, and I didn't really care which of the two we got. I mean, I'm just very happy to have something new. We do have one little issue though. Phoebe in general doesn't like being in a stroller. She's not one who likes to be restrained. Like even if we take her out in her wagon where she has like a little trike, she doesn't really like being restrained. So she'll get excited and want to get in them and go. But I mean, within minutes, she's freaking out and wanting to just be held. She's a very clingy one. It'll be interesting to see how she feels about the new stroller. She's not actively like walking, but she has begun taking steps and walking like from one thing to another, like very tiny steps. So I'm sure she's very close to being able to, if she does want to get out of the stroller, be able to hold my hand and walk, which is fine. I think for me, like having to carry her and push something is a lot on my body. I look forward to her being able to just walk if she doesn't want to be contained. Like I'm fine with her holding my hand and walking, but right now always having to carry her is very, very exhausting. I do think that a big reason though she was able to finally start walking because, you know, she's almost 14 months and she wasn't walking yet. I really think a really big reason for her walking happens to be the fact that for her birthday, we got her climbing blocks, and then we also wound up getting her a nugget couch, because with those two things, she started being able to not just like pull herself up and like walk back and forth between furniture pieces, but also being able to pull herself up and climb up and down things. And I feel like that not only worked on her arm strength, but it also helped her work on her core. And I think her core was the reason she was so slow to walk, because her legs were always strong. She's been able to walk back and forth along furniture for a while, but she didn't have that, like, you know, the core strength you need to be upright. So I really do attribute like getting things for her to be able to climb up on to her being able to finally walk. I thought I changed my battery. Did I change my battery and it's just dying really fast? Interesting. Anyway, I don't know if I'm loving the way my skin looks today with this foundation. This used to be like a favorite. I think it's a little heavier than I prefer wearing these days. I definitely feel like I'm wearing a lot of makeup though, for sure. All right, I'm gonna go in with this Jaclyn Hill palette. I did wind up, so the only other favorite I've used so far is this one, and I just set under my eyes and stuff with it. Again, it's heavier than I like wearing these days, so I would like to finish it up, especially since I've made so much progress on it. But it's no longer a favorite, and I will not repurchase it. And I definitely would not, first of all, they don't even make the Jaclyn Hill formula of the original palette anymore. But I'm not into Morphe. This is probably the last product I bought from Morphe, and this was in 2018. I'm not like into makeup for drama, so it's why I stopped buying from the brand. It's so interesting. A funny story about this palette. So I got this palette in 2018. I'm pretty sure it came out in 2017. That sounds familiar, right? But when it was 2017, I had knee surgery, and then I was in physical therapy. It must have been like a year. I feel like I was in physical therapy for a year. It was forever that I was in physical therapy. But I remember she wasn't my physical therapist, but she was a physical therapist where I went. And I was very well known at this place because I was obviously there for a whole year. I was there like 2 to 3 times a week. So, you know, if you're gonna be somewhere that frequently, like, you get friendly, you make friends. I, at that point, had just kind of started doing YouTube and stuff, so I usually like came in all makeuped up and stuff. So this one girl was really into YouTube and makeup and stuff, so we always used to chat. And I remember she told me that she went to IMATS and she made sure that she got 2 of these palettes at IMATS. And I just remember being like, whoa, that is a lot of money. Like, I did not pay full price for this palette. When I got it in 2018, I remember I got it when it was like 20% off at Ulta. I did not. This thing I think was originally almost $38. That's a lot of money for a Morphe palette, in my opinion. I don't really know what I'm doing, but for some reason the one side is blending differently than the other. Let's see what other topics I had besides stroller on my list. Oh, if you I don't know what order I'm putting anything up in, but I did fully repaint our living room open concept area. It's very hard to know what to call that room because the kitchen, dining, and living room are all kind of like the same room in our house. But I fully finished repainting it, and then we started on a project in our basement. There's a closet down there that was just kind of a disaster that has not been reorganized since, I'm fairly certain, pre-pandemic. I am not liking how this is blending at all. It's just like sticking. Anyway, so I started reorganizing this closet because I wanted to kind of start making it into like, not into like a kid's closet, but whenever like I'm doing like a project or something with Phoebe, I have things in like 15 different closets throughout the house, and I feel like I'm always running around trying to find, you know, the supplies I need. And I just kind of want everything in one area, so that's why we're redoing this closet. And also, like, so much in that closet was just being hoarded, and we're either like donating or throwing away stuff. And I know throwing away stuff is like one of my stressors, so we're trying to donate as much as we can, or Scott started listing stuff on Marketplace and he's already gotten a few hits on stuff. So, you know, at least we're also making a little money. Not that we're making money, but I just don't want to throw everything in the world away. It's my stress. And I swear Instagram knows it's my stress, because I got this targeted ad the other day that was like telling me about how laundry detergent is ruining our earth because laundry detergent comes in such big plastic tubs. And, you know, I understand that there are other types of laundry detergent out there, but I can't afford it. I cannot afford the nice fancy laundry detergent that doesn't come in a tub. And I was feeling a lot of guilt about that this past week. Thank you, Instagram. So I've been trying to do house projects, but also it's very stressful with trying to do house projects that have been like kind of looming over my head for so long, on top of, you know, the daily cleaning that needs to get done, on top of like I have to do our taxes, and I do my parents' taxes, and I do my 2 youngest brothers' taxes. It's a lot. And on top of that, I really want to keep on top of YouTube. Like, it's like my thing that I have that's like my me time. So I don't have enough hours in the day, in conclusion. I need to get a new camera battery. So I'm going to do my eyeliner and come back with a fresh battery. I did not actually have a fully charged battery, so hopefully this one has enough juice in it to get through. I decided with this look that I wanted to use a blush I haven't used in a while from bareMinerals. It's their Gen Nude in the shade Let's Go Nude. I have like a lot of glowy products on, and I have a very glowy highlighter with this Ofra, so I thought let's use a matte blush. And let's see if I had anything else interesting on my... Cannot make it up. As soon as I changed the battery, I ran out of space on my memory card, so I have no idea where I got cut off, but I was putting on this blush from bareMinerals and saying that we got Phoebe a learning tower. We just ordered it, and I'm very excited. I've been wanting one for a while now. If you're not really familiar with a learning tower, it's basically a step stool that is at the height of the counter, so she can come stand at the counter with me, but it's kind of like got her caged into a little box so she can't like fall down, so she can like help in the kitchen, aka like just like be in one place and not be able to move and pretend that she's being very helpful. So that was a bit of an investment. I mean, I found one that was under $100, which a lot of them are over $100, so I was happy about that. And I'm sure it's going to be an experience building it. But yeah, I'm really excited to get that. I've been wanting one for a while, and especially with her walking now, it was time. Now I'm going to put on this Ofra All of the Lights highlighter. I don't even know. I might mix these 2 shades. I have not used the Ofra highlighter in a while because they are very blinding. So I'm using a very big fluffy brush. This is actually the Moda highlighting brush. I'm gonna go very carefully. Speaking of Ofra, I have not purchased from them since the incident last year. I didn't talk too much about it on my channel, but in case this video hasn't made it clear, I'm not into white supremacy. I don't know if that comes as a surprise to anyone, but I don't F with white supremacists. What is the... I don't do white supremacy, so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Ofra right now. It's not like I've been buying much makeup anyway, so it's not that wild that I'm not buying from them, but it's very disappointing. In my career, I haven't received too much PR. I did receive one PR package from them when they did a collab with Jen Loves Reviews, because Jen's a really nice person, but you know, it's sad that there are people like that in the world. Did I have anything else to talk about on my list? I just feel like everything is like a Debbie Downer lately. For house projects, I did mention that we were having issues with the kitty cats in my vlogs. So basically what happened is we put up a cat door where they have their litter so Phoebe couldn't get in, and Luigi was scared of it, and I accidentally left it closed one time, so we had an accident. So everything's been fine since then, but the rug was all nasty, so Scott ripped it up. So the way our steps are to our basement is there's like some steps, a platform, and then you go down more steps. So that platform is where he had the accident. So Scott ripped up the carpet there, and now what he's going to do is he's going to lay more laminate, the same laminate he laid in the basement right there. So his next big things are laying the laminate, and he's going to try and hang a TV in our basement. From my understanding, he cannot hang one on the wall because the studs in our basement are metal studs, and it's too difficult, and apparently it's easier to hang a TV from the ceiling. So stay tuned for that. I think next Friday is when that project is going to be done. I am really not loving the way my skin looks today, and I really think it's because of the Nars Foundation. I don't know, it's looking like a lot. I just don't think I am a full coverage girl anymore. I honestly feel like because my skin is not perfect, full coverage does not look good on it. So the last favorite I had is probably the only product out of these favorites that I would still consider something I really enjoy, and it's the Buxom Lip Glosses. I just love the way they look. This one, Sugar, is very well loved by me. It's a formula of lip gloss that I've bought more than one of. Last year, I fully panned a mini lip cream, which is just like the more pigmented version of this gloss, and it took forever. So I don't think I could ever fully pan a full-size lip gloss. I don't know how people do it. I don't understand how people pan full-size lip products. I have literally never. Maybe once when it was like the only lip product I owned. Okay, I'm gonna try to take down my hair and see how we look. I will say the eyes, I don't hate the way the eyeshadow turned out. I never really hated the Jaclyn Hill palette. I more so just like, oh, I just got lip gloss right in my brand new clean hair. I more so made conscious decisions of where I wanted to put my money. And you know, it's so funny, is like Scott and I had a whole conversation about this, and he was like, you should, like, he thinks that I should talk more publicly about the companies I intentionally do not support. I feel like any publicity is publicity, so I think it's fine when like I'm doing a video and I'm talking about like something that was a favorite in the past and why maybe I wouldn't buy it today, versus me just sitting down here and like reaming all the brands I don't support, because you know, even the brands I do support, I'm sure they all have their own problematic things that you could just list off. And you know, I can only do so much in this world. Like, just like how I can only, like, I need to buy laundry detergent because I need to clean my laundry. I can only not support so many brands. And I just feel like if I make a big deal about the ones I'm not supporting, then it leads to people being like, well, why do you wear this? Why do you buy that? Why do you do this? Why? And it's like, better to just leave things in my head. But yeah, this is the finished look. My favorites of 2018 and 19. Like I said, probably the gloss is the only thing I still love. It's tingly, but not like painful tingle. Like it's just like a tickle, like a very gentle tickle. Like I said, everything I used will be listed down below. If you're wondering about anything I'm wearing on my face today, I just feel so shiny. I feel like I need to use something to like take down the shine a bit. I use this Juno Blur powder. It's a little too shiny for me. I don't know if you can tell, but I feel like this side now looks a lot less overly shiny just by like, I don't know. I just hate when right here is super shiny on me. I don't mind if like up here is. Yeah, that feels better. Okay, like I was saying, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked this, I can definitely do it again in March. Watch some of my old March favorites and slap some old favorites on my face. I mean, I do like the way the Jaclyn eyeshadow looks, but like I said, I don't buy from Morphe, and they don't even make the formula the same anymore, so it doesn't even matter. And yeah. That is it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys!